going to do is create a form in Paperform, and we'll call it Acme subscription form. Start from scratch. And our first question will be investor's legal first and last name. Then we'll ask for an email address and then an address. You can configure it to only be within one country if you would like. Make this a number field. And then our last question will be asking about the legal tax status of the business. And this will be a multiple choice question. So we'll go and configure those choices now. And within Paperform, you can kind of group your questions. So this would be group 1, and then you could start another group of questions as well. And then using the logic, you can map people to different question groups. But we're going to keep it simple for the sake of this tutorial. And you can configure some details here, but we're just going to set up what happens after someone submits the form. So we'll head to integrations and webhooks, and as you can see, there's a lot of direct ones, but we are going to use Zapier so that we can connect to Airtable. And Paperform makes it really easy to connect via Zapier to another tool. So we're going to set up our Zap so that when someone submits the form, it goes to our Airtable. So connect to your Airtable base. And I've gone ahead and set up an Airtable base that has the same columns mapped to my questions. So back in Zapier, I'm going to map my Paperform questions. And one thing to keep in mind when you're setting up your Zap for Paperform is that there's always a title and then an answer. So when you're mapping, you want to make sure that you're selecting the answer, or else you'll have no data. You'll just have the question. And you'll also have a lot of options when you're doing the address field. So you can get the details, individual details, or you can just select the overall answer. And then we aren't going to map the effective date. So hit continue, and we'll skip the test since we don't have any data. And now you can see that the Zap is set up within your Paperform. So now I'm going to view the form and test out the integration. We'll hit submit. And now let's hop in Airtable, and we have all of our information here. So now what we want to do is create a contract from this row. So within apps, we're going to install the Formstack Documents app. And they make it really easy to set this up. So click Get Started, and then you can just generate your API key from clicking on that link. We'll copy this, paste it there, and then hop back over and copy our secret and paste it here, and then save API key. And now when you select a row, you will be able to generate a document. So right now we don't have anything, so we need to go into Formstack and set up our document. And they give you the mail merge fields for your columns, which is helpful. So within your Formstack documents, we're going to create a new document. Hit next. I'm going to build one from scratch. And I'm going to deliver it through Formstack Sign. And it's going to be integrated with an external service, which is Airtable. So hit finish. And then I have a subscription agreement here where I've already put in the mail merge fields. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here. And if you didn't have the mail merge fields already, one thing you can do is go over to the right hand and click on Insert and select Merge Field. And here you would put in the name of your field, click Insert Field, and it will make it into a merge field that's compatible with Formstack. One thing to keep in mind though is that it does need to match exactly your Airtable column. So if you have tax status all caps here, but in Airtable it was just uppercase T and uppercase S, and the rest were all lowercase letters, it wouldn't map correctly. So since we want people to sign this document, we need to insert an e-signature tag. And you can select from a few different signature clients, but we're going to use Formstack Sign and click on Insert Tag. You do have the option to do an initial or a date as well. And the last thing we need to do is highlight this, and we're going to make it white. This tells Formstack Sign where to put the signature element, but it will place the signature over this tag. So to avoid that, we make this white, so then we only see the signature. So now hit save and next. You can customize what happens afterwards. We want this to turn into a PDF. Hit save and next. If you want to test out how your document looks, you can fill this out. So now we need to tell Formstack Documents where to send the document. So we're going to set up a new delivery, and there's a ton of different options here. We're going to send this to Formstack Sign, and the signee is going to be the investor name. And for the email, since we don't have that in our document, we're going to select Other and then use the mail merge for email, which will pull in the email that's listed in this column. And we'll save that delivery. And now let's go back into Airtable and let's refresh this. And now we have our document that we can select to generate. Before I do this, I'm just going to make one more column, which is a button column, and the label will be Generate Agreement. And we're going to create a document with Formstack from our dashboard and our Formstack Documents app. So we'll create that field. So now if I'm in my Airtable, I can click this button and it will open the app, and I select that document, and you can open it after you've created it, or you can just create the document and it will work in the background. So we'll create the document. And if we went into our documents, you can see that it was sent to Formstack Sign. And so now let's head into my email to see if I got the document to sign. And I have an email saying please review and sign. Let's open that up, hit start. We'll submit our document. And now let's see if I have a copy of the agreement. So let's open this up. And now I have my signed agreement with a certificate of completion. So within Formstack, if we head over into Formstack Sign and head over to Documents, we can see a list of our documents that have been signed or are out for signature. There are a few different ways that you can file a document at this point. And one way that I'm going to show you is how you can then file a document that's signed within Dropbox. So going back into our Formstack Documents, we're going to go back into our delivery for the document and hit edit. And in the More Options dropdown, you have the options to delay other deliveries until signing is complete. So we're going to set up a new delivery. So we'll select the folder that we want to send this to. And then under More Options, we're going to use Merge Fields as a subfolder name. And then hit Save Delivery. And now we're going to go back into Formstack Sign, and under More Options, we're going to click Delay Other Deliveries until signing is complete. And now we have the option to say that we're going to delay sending this to Dropbox until signing is complete. So Save Delivery. And right now I have my Dropbox that's empty. So I'm going to go back into Airtable and I'm going to generate this agreement and create the document. And now I'm going to head into my email and review and sign, hit start. sign the agreement and hit apply, submit the document. And now heading into Dropbox, I have my folder with the investor name. And when I click into this, you can see it's the signed agreement with the certificate. So that's just one of the many ways that you can store your documents after signature. This has been a tutorial on how you can use Paperform, Airtable, and Formstack to streamline and automate the form to contract process. If you have any questions, as always, reach out. Thanks for watching.